welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackenzie. If you're new here, I make videos about health, fitness, wellness, and all the little things that are like in between. So I randomly have about an hour to sit in my car this morning without my child or anybody else. So I wanted to just kind of catch you guys up on everything that's been going on, because I know there's been a lot and I have had a hard time talking about all of it. For some odd reason, I just get into these like depressive states where I don't want to talk about anything really, even if it's not necessarily something bad. I just don't want to talk. So I've got a pumpkin cold brew, I've got time, I have no excuse, and I want to sit here and catch you guys up. So after I had my baby, I was on keto for a really long time. Not a really long time, probably like 16 months, and you guys pretty much followed me through everything on TikTok. I feel like I was pretty good at that time about keeping up with everything. But as I was doing keto, and I started at 215 was what I weighed when I had my baby, and then when I stopped doing keto, I want to say it was about 163, like between 160 and 165. So I had to make a decision about my diet. While I had such good success with keto in the past, lost a bunch of weight, I got pregnant doing keto, it kind of became more of a hassle than something that was making my life easier. With a baby and a family and sharing meals with them and a lot of unpredictability and doing fun things, it really just wasn't a diet that was fitting with my lifestyle anymore. I wanted to be able to enjoy little treats here and there with my baby and family when it came up, and I didn't want to feel bad about going a couple carbs over and ruining my ketosis. So I decided that keto wasn't going to be for me anymore because it was too strict. So ultimately I decided that I wanted to do just a calorie deficit diet and focus on eating carbs that were low glycemic index, meaning that they weren't going to raise my blood sugar as much as like normal carbs. Like for instance, pasta, I'd be eating chickpea pasta over just regular wheat pasta. And there was about 2 months of time where I gained weight. I think I did go back up to about 170. I don't think I ever went past 170, but sort of in like the between 165 and 170 range. And I stayed there for a really long time too. Like my weight just wasn't moving at all. I did expect this to happen. This is something that happens when you come off of keto because your body does have to transition. So I knew that I was going to gain water weight for sure, and possibly fat, just because my body was going to get used to eating more carbs. So I definitely was not surprised by that weight loss or, put off by it really at all. I went into it knowing that that was something that I was going to deal with. So had I not known that, maybe then it would have been a big deal. So for about 2 months, my weight went up and then stayed the same. And then I decided that I wanted to lose weight again. So I put my calories down to about 1,500. And I did do a few, like what I eat in a day is on TikTok for 1,500. And I was still trying to do like low glycemic index calories and everything. And I did actually lose some weight. So I went down to 154 doing that, 154 pounds. So about 15 pounds of fat, and was feeling really good with that. But then after about a few weeks of eating 1,500 calories, I noticed I wasn't losing weight anymore, and I was feeling really lethargic, and my workouts in the gym were being, severely impacted. I wasn't having the energy that I needed for the weightlifting that I like to do. So I decided I needed to eat more calories, right? My body needed more calories. This is where something called reverse dieting comes into play. And I've mentioned it a little bit on TikTok. So to understand a reverse diet, I need to tell you guys about something called metabolic adaptation, or it can be called metabolic specificity. Basically what this means is your body will specifically adapt to whatever you're giving it. So say you are eating 2,000 calories for 6 months and then you suddenly drop your calories down to 1600 for 6 months or for however long, your body will specifically adapt however it needs to regulate itself on 1600 calories. But that means that your metabolism will probably drop significantly so that your body can keep what it needs to keep you alive. But the problem with metabolic specificity is your body will get used to 1600 calories and you'll stop losing weight. So then you're like, okay, now I'm going to drop it down to 1500, and then your body loses weight, but then it gets used to that again, metabolic specificity. And so then you're dropping down to 1400, and then you're really getting into unrealistic calories, like 1200, 1100 calories, just to continue losing a little bit of fat. And that's unhealthy. It's not good for your hormones. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for anything. So that's where reverse dieting comes into play. Say you're eating 1600 calories and you're feeling really bad about that and you need to raise your metabolism. Then what you do is you, over time, slowly raise your calories just a little bit so your body gets used to that without gaining a bunch of weight until you're eating maybe like 2000 calories again and maintaining your weight. And so for me, I went from 1500 calories and I needed to reverse diet. I needed to increase my metabolism. So I decided to go up to about 1700 to 1800 calories. And I did that for 6 weeks. I made it a point in my calendar for 6 weeks. I was going to follow 1800 calories. I was not for any reason going to eat underneath that because that would severely impact, the results and what I'm trying to do. So every single day, no matter what, I had to make sure I was eating at least 1800 calories. Sometimes that was very hard. I wasn't hungry. And I had to make sure that I wasn't really eating over that either, which could be hard because sometimes I wanted to have a cheat day, but for, the point of science, I needed to do this as neat as possible, I guess. So, I went back up to 1800 calories. Still just more like low glycemic index carbs. Probably around 100 grams, between 60 and 100 grams of total carbs a day. And I didn't actually gain much weight, which is good. You don't really want to gain weight with reverse dieting. Your goal is to sort of stay the same weight. That's why you're doing it so slow. So I went from 154 pounds up to about 158 pounds. Again, most of that could be water. So I did 6 weeks. Ended it, and then I decided to go back down into a cut for 4 weeks to 6 weeks. I forget what I put on my calendar. Anyway, so I put my calories back down to 1700 now, so just a little bit back. I'm going to do that for 4 to 6 weeks, lose as much weight as I can, still lifting weights, doing what I can. And then after that, I will probably go back up again to like 1900 calories, something like that, and just keep trying to increase my metabolism. So that's what I'm currently doing. So I started my cut, I think maybe like 2 weeks ago. It's been very slow, but that's okay. Slow progress is still progress. It took me a while to initially start losing weight. In the first week, I didn't lose anything, but in the second week now I've lost about 1.5 pounds. So I'm excited about that. I weigh 157 as of this morning. And I think my goal with this cut is to get down to about 148. And if I have this all planned correctly, I should be hitting that number around November, like early November, which is great because my birthday's in November. It's right around all the holidays. I just think it's a good time to end a cut and not have to worry about losing weight for maybe a few weeks after that and just maintaining your weight is also super crucial to your health. Along with losing weight. You have to know how to do both. Some other things. I also got my NASM personal training certification. NASM is supposed to be the best of the best. That's why I picked it. I did the self-study, which was so hard. It took me almost 9 months of studying just in the time that I could in between life and the baby to get it all done. And the test was really hard, but I did it. I'm very proud of myself. Very, very proud of myself. So, I'm going to continue doing my weightlifting for myself. But I want to write a beginner lifting program I'm still deciding how I want to write the program. I'm thinking I want to do like an 8-week beginner program. That seems to be what most of my followers need, is just guidance in the beginning. So I really feel like I want to write a program that I would have followed had I been a personal trainer. You know what I mean? So that's going to be my next big project. And then I had to tell you guys on TikTok that our family dog had to be put down. And I still can barely talk about it. Okay, sorry. Didn't mean to cry. But yeah, so I'm trying to get better at doing Instagram stories and stuff and sharing everything I know on there and answering questions. I just want to get more involved, and I love talking to you guys. And some of the people I've met through TikTok and talk to is just incredible, because I would have never found those connections otherwise. So I want to be able to talk to you guys and keep up with you guys and let you guys know what's going on. Hopefully getting all this stuff off my chest helps, because it's like I've been feeling it as like a weight on my shoulders, I think, wanting to tell you guys everything that's been happening. And there's just so much more that I could say too, you know? So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to continue sharing everything during this cut that I'm doing. I want to start sharing more in the gym. Let me know what you guys want to see from me in the comments, what questions you have, what you're curious about. Should I do a Q&A on Instagram? You know, what do you guys want to see from me? I want to do more cooking videos too. Baking season is coming up, so I'm really excited for that. And let me know what you guys want to see in a beginning training program, because that is my next project, and I want to make it perfect and exactly what you guys want, and I just want to make it as good as I can. I do have a bit of imposter syndrome with all this social media stuff, so I just worry that what I put out isn't going to be good enough, I guess. I feel like there's so much that I like want to talk about that I wouldn't even know where to start, but I feel like this is a good start, at least letting you guys know that yes, I did end keto, because still there's people confused on that. I'm not on keto anymore. I'm on a calorie deficit diet, eating low glycemic index carbs. If you guys want to know how I came up with those calories or carbs or anything, please let me know. Again, I'm rambling at this point. Okay, thanks for listening to me ramble. I will catch you guys in my next video.